Okay, so listen, we're gonna have a little bit of training on what exactly we're trying to say when we're focused on process and why it's important. Okay, so I want to draw a little bit on my board, and I want you to just hear me out and apply this to your brain when you're thinking about the things that are important to you in the agency. And whether you're a salesman, a salesperson, or a hybrid, or a service person, or whatever, you can apply this logic to anything. Okay. So sometimes we get in sales slumps, we get in slumps of attitude, we get in slumps of whatever. And what keeps me plumb, if you will, is my commitment to consistency, my commitment to discipline, my commitment to doing the things that I'm supposed to do that I know I'm supposed to do. And when we talk about team members inside of the agency, you, the LSP, you know what you're supposed to do, right? There's always going to be some sort of sales process, some sort of cadence, some sort of follow up process, whatever. And sometimes we deviate from that process because we may sometimes think that we're smarter than the decision maker at times. Okay. That's saying you're not. Sometimes you are. But unfortunately, a decision maker has the hammer and can eliminate you pretty quickly inside of a game of business. But inside of sales, inside of life in general, what happens? We have amazing things that happen. We go all the way up and we're really happy, and then we come down. And then we go all the way up and we're happy, and then we come down. And then we go all up, we're happy, and then we come down. This is natural. This is what happens. While we're going up, going amazing. Everything's going amazing, and then we get up here, and where are we? We're at the peak. Everything is going incredible. We're hitting our numbers. We sold 100 items. We hit the best commission we've ever had. We had amazing reviews. Whatever that is. Then what happens? Naturally, just what goes up must come down. You start to come down. Start to come down. Start to come down. Start to come down, and then we end up down here. And what's this thing called? Inside of Standard, we call this the pit. And it's the pit. We're in the pit. Things are going shitty. It's just frustrating. What sets people apart is how they handle this. And how they handle this is built upon how they apply processes. Okay. So if you think about what this is going to look like, if I go and grab a different color, there's something called a plumb line in life. Okay. This plumb line you can exist on based upon big ass neck. You can sit on this plumb line if you choose to be disciplined and consistent inside the process, whether that's inside of your life, body, being, balance, and business, or that's just inside the agency of following the cadences and the process that your leadership team gives you. If you choose not to, then you're going to be susceptible to this time and this time because you're not staying consistent in what you do every day. If there's a certain follow-up process, if there's a certain sales script, if there's a certain way of metrics you're supposed to hit, and you stay on this line, you know if things are going amazing, you get to continue and be right here, right? If things are going shitty, you get to continue right here because what do you control? You control your plumb line. You control your devotion to commitment, your devotion to consistency, your devotion to discipline, and nothing can falter you from that because you control that. If people don't make decisions on their insurance down here in this, not making the decision that you desire, which is to do business with you, because for one, maybe the rates just suck, or for two, maybe your follow-up sucks, or for three, maybe your attitude sucks because you're in the pit. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to control the things that you can control, and what you can control is your application of the process. So during this 6-week thing, what are we learning? We're learning about the things we're supposed to do for ourselves, for our spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, family, kids, whatever, for God, and for the business. Apply that same logic here. If you have someone who's telling you that this specific thing is important, and what is that thing? What are the different things that could be? We're talking about in sales, there's many things that are important, but let's just talk about it. Sales process. That's one thing. Important. Okay. What else is important? Metrics. What's the activity we're doing every day? I think metrics are more important than others. What else is important? Follow up. You could also include inside of sales process, but let's not do that right now. That's important. So if you're supposed to call on this day, well, they told me to call next week. I don't give a shit. This is the process we're doing. Again, everybody's different. Cultures are different. If you're getting a bunch of maybes, you're not doing a good job. Period. You can get a yes or no if you ask for it. Every single time. If you choose to ask for the yes or no. If you get a maybe, it's false hope. Normally, I'm sure you're leaving 17,000 voicemails. What's the reason I'm sharing this with you? If you're not devoted to the process, if you're not committed to doing the things that you're supposed to do inside of your role at the agency, then you're wasting everybody's time. Periods. If you're not committed to what you're supposed to do for your body, then you're wasting everybody's time bitching about how you feel. You can apply this logic everywhere. You know what you're supposed to do. You have to follow through with it to actually do it. That's the game. And ask yourself, am I doing the reps to put myself on the plumb line every day inside the business? If I'm not doing that, then the only place I get to look is what? The mirror. And if I'm looking in the mirror and not liking what I'm seeing, I need to shift that. If I'm looking in the mirror and not liking what I'm seeing and choose not to, then I can't bitch at anybody about not liking. So are you being compliant in the process? You cannot ask to be coached until you're compliant in the process. No one can coach you if you're not doing those small things you're supposed to do every day. I just want to pinpoint that. Continue down the path.